What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, we're breaking down what's going on with Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers, and break down what's going on with the economic calendar thus far, what the news is saying about the markets, and what the news is saying about Tesla, and all of this could affect Tesla moving forward. Before I break down all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull and deposit any amounts of money into the account, you are guaranteed up to 6 free stocks. If you deposit $500, you're guaranteed 20 free stocks plus 6 months of level 2 data. Putting in $25,000 or more guarantees you 70 free stocks plus 12 months of level 2 data. This offer ends in just 4 days, so check it out before they run out. Anyways, let's break down what's going on with the market. So when it comes to Tesla, we had this falling wedge-like setup from yesterday and beyond. And then eventually we saw this nice breakout that happened yesterday after the Fed announced 3 cuts potentially for 2024. And this caused this nice breakout. I called out 242 coming on Tesla yesterday, and that's where we currently are. Or at least we saw Tesla hit this, and it's coming down just a little bit. But overall, as Tesla's breaking this high rate here, there's a good chance that Tesla could break out even more, especially if the market pushes up. But I first want to talk about some news, what's going on with Tesla. First, before I break down the charts in more details, as a reminder, we had retail sales come out. This was better than expected, and the market is liking this as well. Not to mention that initial jobless claims was at 202,000, but well below the estimates by about like 10%. This suggests that there's still strength in the economy to some extent. We're still seeing the jobs numbers are just not looking as weak, and this is what's got the market hyped up. Now, do I trust these numbers? Not fully. I just want to let you guys know that just because the market is continuing to rally, just because the numbers look good on paper, that does not always mean that the economy is in the best of places. The Fed has been saying there's a soft landing that's very probable. I don't always trust the Fed because historically in the past, history has shown that they're not always going to be correct. So you just want to be very careful, at least going into next year. I still think a recession is going to come, but we're going to be focusing on the charts for now and just what economic data is suggesting for now. So today at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the 4-week and the 8-week bill auction coming out. Watch and see what volatility is caused by this. And on top of all of that, I just want to mention some more news. The Dow reached 37,000, breaking all-time highs, and we're very close to those on the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. That's very, very important. We're going to be watching to see what happens moving forward as well, but the market's approaching all-time highs. When it comes to Adobe, they did very, very well for the past year. However, their guidance was a little weak for next year, below what Wall Street was looking for, and this led them to actually drop. Etsy is going to be laying off, I believe, 11% of its workforce, not to mention Hasbro is going to be cutting about 1,100 jobs or 15% of its staff. Those are the biggest things making headlines, at least for the time being. As far as Tesla goes, Tesla's unveiling the Optimus Gen 2 for its next generation robots, and we're going to be watching to see how this looks. Their AI development is once again very, very good news. And once again, it should be able to take over repetitive tasks from humans, at least according to the reports. We'll be watching to see what else it's capable of doing. The earlier prototype was not like that insane, but the newest one, the next gen one, may be a lot better. So we're going to be looking to see how they improve their AI technology and what other functionalities it's going to be capable of doing. You can see this new demo right here, how it's capable of doing things like squatting, full body control, and just really cool things like that. It also has new hands and just things like that. But it's very, very interesting to see this. We'll see how this goes for them moving forward. We have some more things right here, such as being able to just hold things in a very delicate manner. So it's improving. We'll see how it goes. Now I just want to add on that the Tesla charging team collaborates with BHW Hotels in North America. This is big news. Once again, by doing so, this is going to give Tesla a lot more leverage, and it's going to help them expand their superchargers to more and more areas, and that's going to just continue to give Tesla control and power. So good news has been coming out, but because the market pumps so much, I do want to mention that I'm seeing 2 possibilities. I still think Tesla could pump higher as SPY is still holding up, but Tesla right now is starting to sink just a little bit. We could be forming a nice flag over here, so we'll be watching for this. I just wanted to call it down like this. Let me just bring up my path. So we got this nice pump, right, all the way up like this. We'll be looking for like a little retracement all the way back down here. We'll see if it comes down to 238 again, then tries to like bounce up kind of like as time goes on, just like this. look for a potential break just like this. That's the first possibility. It's also possible we don't get much of a drop. We just kind of like drop like this. We may remain range bound for some time, get tighter and tighter. Then we start to uptrend by Friday if the market does push up more. And then we're going to be watching this blue trend line as our support. So watch support at 238. That's going to be our key support on Tesla. If that fails us, watch 237, which is where we got the breakout area. And if that fails us, then we have 235 and 233. For resistance, watch 240. If we break above that, we're actually very flat right now, very close to 240. Then we have 242. If we break above that, there's going to be 244 to 245. And if that breaks, we have resistance around 246, which is where we have the blue trend line. So watch the blue trend line as resistance. If we break this, we're going to push straight up to 250 in my opinion. So I could see a potential flag forming on Tesla. There's a good chance we might see Tesla try to break out, especially with the markets, but watch a little retracement first. We might start off a little weak, and it might take Tesla some time to build that liquidity and start pushing up these higher levels, for instance. Don't assume it's going to break out like this, though. We have to see how it reacts to this resistance first before it tries to push up higher. But there's a good chance we're going to see another reaccumulation here, and we're going to see some more buying stepping place. When it comes to SPY, I just want to mention that SPY could retrace just a little bit as we're gapping up. We're going to be looking for a little retracement before it just continues to shoot higher. My target was 474, and we'll see if that could break. If it breaks that, we do have potential to push up for 475 and 478. We'll see if we just slowly uptrend all the way up towards like 478 to 480, or if we retrace a little bit first, come down close to like 470 to 472, and then we start to balance and push back up to 474, and we slowly uptrend to 478. It's got to be one of those two, a little drop and pop, or just continuation higher. I still think the market has more juice left, and there's no sign the market's breaking down yet. Tesla's looking pretty good on the 4-hour MACD, by the way. It's still trying to cross. SPY as well still looks very, very strong. There's no sign of it breaking down. The daily chart is still looking strong. We just got a bullish crossover. There could be more upside coming, and we're still looking decent. Same thing on the QQQ, very strong on the daily. I just want to call out that for the triple Q basically has a possibility that it's just going to chop for a bit. The question is, do we retrace just a little bit? Do we see this thing retest 404 to 403 before it tries to rebound? Or does it just kind of hold up around here, then break out towards 408? But ultimately, I see 408 to 410 coming. I see more upside. The question is, do we retrace a little bit first and then push up? Or are we going to chop a bit and then push up? We'll just have to wait and see. But overall, the technicals for the triple Q still look bullish. I will turn a little bearish if we end up breaking below 400. As of right now, we're pretty far from that, and we're just continuing to uptrend during the pre-market. For Nvda, we look pretty decent. We are retracing just a little bit. Watch for a backtest of 482, if not 480. Watch them grab some more liquidity here before pushing it back up for 485. If it breaks down, we could see 488 very soon. So it might come back down, reaccumulate just down here, then push back up to 488. I find that very, very probable, at least thus far. As far as Tesla goes, I just want to mention, not Tesla, Aapl. It's going to be the last one I talk about. Aapl, in my opinion, it has resistance at 198. If we do retrace, watch 197, then 196, then 195.5, then 195. For resistance, watch this yellow trend line around this 198.75 area. Then we have 199 and 200 up next. We could see a little retracement on Aapl to like 197 or so, then right back up towards 199, then eventually 200. But as of right now, a nice uptrend on Aapl. There's no sign of this thing breaking down yet. This does look like a head and shoulders forming on the hourly, but I don't know if it's going to play out. So look for a little retracement first before it tries to continue to push up higher. And there's no sign of it breaking down just yet, so I wouldn't turn too bearish. As of right now, the market's holding up, and let's just wait and see how it goes. The market has more upside potential. Aapl is kind of flat in the pre-market, but there's no sign of it breaking down yet. So we'll have to see how it goes, but for now, there still is potential for it. All right, so anyways, that's it for this one. Thank you all so much for listening. Make sure you watch your levels very carefully. Just know Aapl could uptrend more alongside the markets. We'll see how it goes, and I'll see you guys very soon for the next video. Thank you again, guys. The market still looks strong, and peace out.